I'd like you to address the topic of vulnerability. Because most people, certainly in this culture, I don't know about Eastern cultures, where we are vulnerable, where we're fragile and insecure, most feel ashamed about that and hide it, even from themselves. And we pretend we're stronger than we really are. So I'd like to hear your thoughts about vulnerability. How do you feel about yours? How did you feel when you were younger? And what is it? How can we deal with our vulnerability in a way that's healthier?
Yes. I've thought about this too, myself. Not only contemplated here and there, and also had questions too. What I experienced looking back, not that time, but looking back, what I see is that there's two things happening. One is being vulnerable without any kind of, without any kind of wisdom or protection, this kind of protective mechanism that our mind usually have, right? And another type of vulnerability is being totally open, being open. And I've put in a situation in that situation with my teachers many times, like that's what happens in our Asian, studies, Dharma studies, especially Vajrayana, our teachers, like, and Zen too, same thing. So we're in this put in vulnerable situation where you don't have to fear anything, basically, right? Because it's safe there, They're not going to do anything to harm you. And so that was a great blessing, And looking back, I learned so much. I absorbed so much because of being vulnerable. Because of being vulnerable, like I can ask stupid questions and, I can learn something from that, or I can do something that's so like other people wouldn't do.
So you talked about starting on the outside with your being comfortable, with your vulnerability. You felt safe. So can we cultivate internal safety?
Yes.
So that wherever we go, we're comfortable with our vulnerability, even if people judge us.
Yes, that's what I was referring to in terms of being vulnerable with a sense of protection or wisdom, right? Like that you have this in the back of your vulnerability, There's always something that you can rely upon to make sure it's okay. That it's not going to cause any damage, so to speak.